Now, going into Doctor Strange, I expected a relatively formulaic Marvel movie, but I thought Benedict Cumberbatch is gonna be awesome, and I'm really good at guessing, man. The movie excels at everything Marvel usually excels at, and the movie fails at everything Marvel usually fails at. Got the origin story of the moral character arc growth that's been done over and over again. If you thought Iron Man was a quippy, arrogant dick, man, are you in for a surprise? Just kind of like this guy, and all these other people. He's got love interest troubles, we've seen that before. He's got a black sidekick, we've seen that one before. And it's got an absurdly generic villain. Everybody's like, don't worry, Mads Mikkelsen, he's a good actor. He's gonna break the bad Marvel villain role. Yeah, no. The music isn't very good. It tries to dabble with some little choir things here, but it never lets it, like, shine. It never lets it swell. It never utilizes it as it could, which is a shame because Civil War totally broke the whole bad Marvel music mold, and then we're just back to another crappy Marvel score, which sucks. There's a very good video about that I will link in the description called The Marvel Symphonic Universe. You should watch that. It's very good. I know I'm being really harsh. We'll get to the positives. Don't worry. But some of the action, too, was very poorly filmed. So what they're doing some pretty cool stuff. They're running on walls and they're floating and they're doing these hand movements, and it reminded me of Dragon Ball Z at times with the like ha 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 da! With these flashes of orange and color. So the CGI around the action is very pretty, at least with their chakra stuff. But it is filmed in the crappy Marvel quick cut shaky cam up close film style. The movie was partially filmed in IMAX 3D, which you know me, I love IMAX, but that even exacerbates. You know what I mean. The problem even further because, alright, when shaky cam with a regular camera looks like this, shaky cam in IMAX looks like this, and it is terrible. Especially in 3D, that is some headache-inducing stuff right there. I mean that in regards to the fighting that takes place in corridors indoors. Now, they do some very cool CGI, kaleidoscopy, very neat visual stuff. Like you saw in the trailer, it was all the Inception stuff. But that stuff is pretty, it is neat, it is fun to look at. That is filmed very well. The frame opens up for IMAX. That's another complaint I had, though. Civil War used IMAX for just the airport scene, so it was bink one scene and then bink turned it off. So that's nice. There are two ways to use IMAX. You gotta either do that or you gotta film the whole movie in IMAX like Sully did. Otherwise, you get the Christopher Nolan-y jump back and forth between them effect, and that was kind of bad here. So I'm happy that Marvel is embracing IMAX. They just need to edit it in more smoothly, especially when some of the scenes that are filmed in IMAX are not even action scenes, and it's just people talking. It's like, why did you choose to film that in IMAX? It was weird. And, you know, the buildings flippy stuff was fun to look at, but we've seen that before. It is very clearly copying Inception. And some of the parts where the characters are, like, manipulating the buildings and they're doing all the flippy stuff, like, I want to say it's neat, but there's so much going on. It feels very CGI. It feels all these different layers of crap going on. It's supposed to be super crazy, or it's like, I would have rather you did one thing and then I could appreciate it. Otherwise, it just looks very CGI, very unrealistic, and it's kind of hard to buy. Now, I will say, there was one sequence near the end that involves the use of time bending, and that was phenomenal. That is something I've wanted to see in movies for a very long time, and they did it really well. Now, despite all the negatives I just listed, the reason this movie was so enthralling and fun to watch was Benedict frickin' Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange was perfect casting. Man, that guy kills it. Benedict Cumberbatch is a phenomenal actor, and it's like, it's not just the acting, it's just the way he sells it. Like, he was even saying in the movie, anybody can wave their hands around, but he's like, he sells it in his face, and it works very well. And you know, there's the point where he gets the transformation where he, like, shaves his beard to the little circle thing, and then he does his hair up, and then he gets the cape. That was cool. I thought that'd be all cheesy and dumb. See, with another actor, that could have been cheesy and dumb, but the look in Cumberbatch's face as he flips that cape on, that was so cool. And I gotta say, the look of Doctor Strange, I love it. It uses the colors red and blue, but it is a very distinct look. Side characters I thought were also very good. Despite Rachel McAdams being the love interest problems, there's some very good scenes with her that are very cute and adorable, and she's got some funny jokes here. Chiwetel Ejiofor too. He plays a different role, like the Tilda Swinton, the bald whitewash lady, was saying, like, he's got his strengths and he's got his weaknesses. He was talking to Doctor Strange, it's like, you two complement each other well, because as, like, strong and steadfast as Chiwetel Ejiofor is, he is very, like, we have to follow the rules, we have to follow the rules. And because Doctor Strange is a Marvel hero, it's like, I don't fucking care about the rules. And really, that's the whole reason this movie was so fun to watch. Benedict Cumberbatch stole the show, and he was infectious every time he was on screen with how good he was. And because, you know, he's a super smart atheist guy, it is pretty fun, it's pretty satisfying to see the atheist get destroyed in his beliefs, even if it was with stupid chakra pagan bullshit and not Jesus. But yeah, he shows up to the temple and he's all like, chakras? Belief? Ugh! That's not founded in science! Disgusting! Doctor Strange had a relatively formulaic plot and villain, but the casting was phenomenal, Doctor Strange was phenomenal, and there are a couple really, really good action sequences, even if some of them are kind of shaky cam shitty bullshit. Now, while I'd say I would probably never rewatch Doctor Strange, I wouldn't buy it on Blu-ray, I am super psyched to see him in the next Avengers movie. That's kind of how the Marvel curriculum works. You watch these single hero origin stories to learn about the character, to do your homework, to figure out how they work, and then the payoff is really big when you see him in Avengers or Civil War or whatever. And this movie's that pretty much exactly. Doctor Strange is gonna end up with a comfortable 7 out of 10. I'm in a very ambitious mood. I got a lot of content I want to review. It includes Hacksaw Ridge and a couple video games that have been coming out. Can't promise it'll all be out today, but I'm working on it. Don't you worry.